Let's get you the latest on this now. Judgment in the bail application of two suspects charged with the murder of Kiernan, aka Forbes, and Tebello, Tibz Murder has, of course, just taken place now at the Durban Magistrates Court. Now, last week, the Durban Magistrates Court reserved judgment in the bail application. Mziwethemba, Gwabeni, and Lindokuhle Ndimande. Now, they filed a fresh bail application based on what they claimed were new facts. Now, previously, they were denied bail along with three others. Now, Forbes and Motsoane were gunned down outside a restaurant in Durban in February of 2023. Now, two other suspects who were arrested in eSwatini are awaiting the ruling of the court on the application for their extradition. Here's SABC News reporter Nonjabulo Mntungwa-Makamu, who's there with the latest details. So, Nonjabulo, take us through those proceedings. We heard, of course, that bail has been refused. Talk to us about that.
Well, yes, a very good morning to you. We are coming to you live from the Durban Magistrates Court, and of course, bail in this regard has been refused. Well, Vincent Hlajwayo, who is the magistrate of this court, has accounted a number of factors weighing in on the arguments which were presented sometimes last week during the bail proceedings. Well, looking at some of the factors that had been stated by the court had raised concerns around the issue that they were concerned that should Gwabeni and Ndimande be released on bail, they were concerned about them having to interfere with the state's case, probably interfere with the witnesses. And of course, Gwabeni as well as Ndimande, they had said that with the state having finalized their case, basically finalized the investigations, there was no way in which they would try to actually interfere with the state's witnesses. But to speak to us more and just to analyze the judgments that has been handed down here at the Durban Magistrates Court, it is a legal analyst, Abigail Gwabeni. Abigail, thank you so much for joining us. Now, let's weigh in onto some of the pointers that have been raised by the magistrate, Vincent Hlajwayo, that basically led him to actually decide to actually deny these two accused bail.
Mainly, the magistrate was particular to say some of the factors that the applicants brought and ventilated in court were not new. One would have really, of course, thought that the magistrate will also check the issue of the kids involved in as far as the school fees that we are told is in areas is concerned. But you'll remember that he was particular to also look at the best interest of the minor children, to say they will not in any way be denied, given that the mother, one of the wives of applicant number one, is also a medical doctor, is able to take care of those. So he ruled off the very paramount issue of the interest of the minor children who are affected in as far as this case is concerned. But as well, the issue of applicant number two, the taxi that he said is the only taxi, is dumped somewhere in Gababa. The accident was never reported to the police, and he was particular to say if that really meant so much to the family and applicant number two, surely that asset would have been treated differently. Some of the issues as far as the other junior wife being seeing therapy is something that he feels was there as of March 2024, and it appears that such was never disclosed at the time when the formal bail application was heard, and no one would really be allowed to come at this stage and say, I did not disclose to the court factors that were in existence there, waiting to use them as bail on new facts. But amongst many things as well, the eSwatini issue, the court is ruling it off based on the fact that the state is ready to proceed with the 5 to the exclusion of the 2 that are held in eSwatini. So the issue of extradition ceased to impact this particular case. So in a nutshell, the state even came back to say the strength of its case. There is a revelation of a new video footage which places applicant number one in various places in the airport. So that also strengthened their case even more, and there's no evidence as it stands that the state's case is weak. Yeah.
And of course, Abigail, the state did also mention the fact that this matter has already been heard, and also we heard the magistrates also saying that the High Court has already made a judgment in relation to them having to appeal the bail application, which was previously denied by this very same court.
You'd remember that just after the bail application was denied last year, applicant number 1 really took the matter to the High Court for an appeal, and J dismissed that appeal. Hence, they are back here to this court to do a bail on new fact. But what one would have expected, since the onus rest on them, was to really discharge the onus, as well as stating to the court those factors which are more peculiar in nature, exceptional circumstances, which of course, when you have regard of them, balancing the interest of justice as well as the interest of the society in the matter, when you look at the very sensitive issue of threatening witness, you would really realize that the court was correctly saying the interests of justice don't permit their release on bail.
Well, thank you so much, Abigail. That is Abigail Gwabeni, who is the analyst here who has been assisting us. But of course, Magistrate Hlajwayo did say that the matter will now resume again on the 7th of February, where Gwabeni as well as Ndimande will be joining all the other accused in this matter. It's back to you in studio.
All right, that's our very own Nonjabulo Mntungwa-Makamu monitoring that story for us. Thanks very much indeed for that update.